Last Saturday marked 1 month before Justin Trudeau's deadline to approve or reject the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion by Kinder Morgan. Indications are that the Trudeau Liberals will indeed approve this pipeline, as they appear to be caught between trying to balance helping the struggling economy in Alberta with their promises made to BC last election. As you would expect, this has many environmental organizations and their supporters on edge. And on Saturday, a few thousand of them took to the streets of Vancouver to demand Justin Trudeau say no to the expansion.
Oil is the energy source of the 20th century.
What's the future?
The future, I'm not sure. I think it's solar.
Ma'am, do you have anything to say to Justin Trudeau?
Yeah, please keep your promise to us.
You think he promised not to approve this? Basically, without...
Promise that we had to give permission.
The honeymoon is over.
And of course, there was the more predictable refusal of some protesters to engage with the rebels.
Okay, maybe you want to comment on what brings you out? Do you have a message for Trudeau? That's what a lot of people here seem to be talking to Justin.
We don't speak to right-wing press.
How come? I'm going to give you an opportunity to say your piece. So tell me, why is there such a discrepancy between satellite temperature readings and land data?
I'm not going to debate climate science with you. You're going to have to find somebody else to do that.
That last guy is an old foe, Ben West, formerly of Forest Ethics, who I once trounced in a debate on local radio a few years ago. But the good news is, it wasn't all negative opponents of the pipeline that I found on Saturday. Take a look at these proud young men who came out in their I Love Oil Sands hoodies to make their voices heard.
Well, for us, it's part of the reason, one thing that we've loved being here today. We've had some great conversations with people, just really great, like talking back and forth, like pros and cons, why they're here, why we're here. And for us, oil has had like a huge, the oil industry has sort of like funded our lifestyle. It's what gives us the means to go to school, go to university. Where by no means, like for us, we realize that for the long term, they're kind of going to be able to general weaning off of oil. But to say like flip the switch now and just completely stop using it, that's just not feasible.
My dad's been an engineer up there. My mom as well works there, and they're both educated people, like an engineer, and my mom's in sciences or graduated out of sciences from British Columbia. Completely understand the whole coast, environmental, protect the land, everything.
They had a third buddy with them too, but he was a little camera shy, and that's okay. It was great to see the three of them there with their connections to the industry standing up and showing that they are not afraid of being yelled at, cursed at, or diminished. If you saw it yesterday, we put out a clip of Elliot Adam, a young First Nations man who was sick of the First Nations leaders speaking on his behalf, opposing and demonizing oil and gas. Click down here if you want to watch that video and tell me what you think of him. If you have already had the chance to see it, you will remember as he and I started to engage with Grand Chief Stuart Phillip, a number of familiar professional disruptors tried to get rid of rebel media. Their words, not mine. Of course, that is nothing new, and after seeing what Project Veritas revealed and how Democrats down south admitted that they will pay homeless and mentally ill people to be agitators towards their opponents. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, so maybe I'll leave it up to you to tell me if that could be the case with these people.
He's an antagonizer.
Sorry, you guys. You can't record. Sorry, you guys. Couldn't record.
Why not? It's a public place.
He's from Rebel Media.
Yeah, I know. You've talked to me before.
Yeah, I recognize you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a First Nations individual that you don't care about. Listen, this is a public place. All right?
It's a public
You're not going to here to get rid of anybody, first of all, okay? There's no getting rid of anybody.
I am thrilled I ran into those young men in their I Love Oil Sands hoodies, and Elliot, who was willing to confront the Grand Chief and give a voice to so many First Nations who benefit immensely from work in the resource sector. And you will need to forgive my cameraman Wyatt Webster, who is also a pro-oil Aboriginal, and I for getting a little sentimental about it all, as it reminded us of a similar stand we took back in 2014. If you're wondering how I got my start and eventually this job, well, this is it. As with the lead up to the decision on Northern Gateway in 2014, a large protest was organized. So Wyatt had some large banners in support of oil and gas made up, and I donned my own I Love Oil Sands shirt. And when Ezra Levant from the Sun News Network showed up, well, the rest is now history. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks for watching. Under a month till Kinder Morgan Decision Day, December 19th, you'll want to keep it locked on the Rebel Media's YouTube channel so you don't miss an update.